The great Tao flows unobstructed in every direction. All things rely on it to conceive and be born, and it does not deny even the smallest of creation. When it has accomplished great wonders, it does not claim them for itself. It nourishes infinite worlds, yet it doesn't seek to master the smallest creature. Since it is without wants and desires, it can be considered humble. All of creation seeks it for refuge, yet it does not seek to master or control. Because it does not seek greatness, it is able to accomplish truly great things. One of the most difficult impulses for humans to master is the impulse to seek self-aggrandizement. We all want to be acknowledged and admired. Whenever we do something we think is good, we are quick to try to get recognized for our contribution. But when we do something we think is bad, we are just as quick to try and shift the blame to someone else. Lao Tzu targets this impulse in chapter 34 of the Tao Te Ching. In this chapter, he teaches by referring us to the ultimate example, Tao, the higher power and order of the universe. Tao is the origin of all things living and non-living. Without it, none of us would exist. Tao is constantly in motion, creating, moving, changing, and even as it permeates all of creation, keeping it in order, watching over all things, creating all things, existing at the heart of all things, it does not take credit for what it does. It does not announce its dominance over all things from a high stage, or give us a list of updates on everything it has accomplished. In fact, it remains largely hidden from the public eye. Any publicity it does get is what other people have written or said about it. Whether you believe in Tao, a god, or any other kind of higher power, these beings and forces all have one thing in common. Not everybody believes in them. But certainly, if there was some sort of all-powerful force or being in the universe, it would have the power to make itself known to everyone, thereby compelling everyone to believe in it. However, this doesn't seem to be higher power's agenda. Whatever you do believe in, all throughout the course of humanity, this higher power has never made itself known to the entire world in any overt or obvious way, favoring instead to remain behind the scenes, orchestrating the entirety of creation, and yet allowing everyone the freedom to believe or disbelieve as they so choose. This is an example for all of us to follow. Whenever we accomplish something, we can try to think of it no differently than if someone else had done it. A person who has become truly humble can make something and know that it is the best of its kind, and find joy in it the same way they would find joy in something similarly beautiful that they had just happened upon, such as a sunset, a waterfall, or music from an excellent musician they happened to pass by. If we are truly humble, our joy is in the fact that the thing was done, not necessarily that it was done by us. This is how accomplishments are viewed from the Tao's perspective. Rather than presenting itself to be believed in and praised, it just goes about doing what it does. I want to talk a little bit more about this idea of belief, because at the end of the day, Tao doesn't need our belief, and has never laid claim on it. It is what it is, and will go on being what it is, whether we believe in it or not. No, Tao does not need us to believe in it. We need us to believe in it. Our efforts to draw nearer to Tao, and to eventually become one with it, benefit us more than they benefit Tao. We need closeness and oneness with Tao in order to be truly at peace. Tao is the way, and our choice whether or not to walk in this way determines the character and nature of our lives. It's not that Tao is some kind of cosmic cop watching to see if we are doing what we're supposed to do, and doling out rewards and punishments accordingly. Quite the contrary. We choose added peace or added suffering by choosing whether or not to follow Tao, or the way. It's the difference between trying to impress a panel of judges that will punish you if you screw up, and walking on a bridge with water on each side. Nobody is punishing you if you choose to step off the bridge, but the laws of nature dictate that if you step off the bridge, you will get wet. Nobody is punishing you for anything. The consequence of getting wet is simply a result of laws that neither you nor the Tao can change. It's just a function of the way things are. The same goes for following Tao. Tao does not try and get even with us if we choose not to follow it. The consequences are just a function of the way the universe works. If we stubbornly hold on to our desires and attempt to force things to go our way, it will always end in disaster. Putting off desires, embracing softness and quietness, following intuition, these things are not steps we check off on a list so that we can earn somebody's favor or so that we can be good people. They are just steps along the path that lead to Tao, and the oneness and peace that we will find there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for chapter 35. Peace and blessings.